everybody's always thinking they're Ratchet. Let's do a Ratchet ride, but let's change it and make it a Ratchet karaoke ride. So they sing all their Boosie and Webby songs.
Okay.
I have a wireless mic that I pass around on the bike ride, and I just make it fun. So they have this one song that's very popular out here, and I bet everybody $100 that they can't sing that song word for word while riding a bike. To this day, not one person has been able to rap that song word for word.
I hope somebody's watching this and like, man, I'm gonna top that off.
Welcome to the Haitian Kings podcast. Today we got like the special guest, first of its kind, first guest ever. We got Donnie Glenn, a.k.a. the Bike Man. This man is a videographer, photographer, owner of Backing to the Lakes, and also the host of his Just Karaoke.
That's right.
What up, my dog?
What's up, man?
Man, why don't you do it, Danny?
Man, jack of all trades.
I don't sleep. That's what I don't do. I don't sleep.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate you guys for having me here. It's an honor to be on your show. I'm super excited to see how this unfolds for you guys on your journey. And I can do nothing but wish you nothing but blessings. So
thank you.
I appreciate that, man.
guys,
Really appreciate that.
So, and when we were like, we said, man, we're gonna do this. I said, man, I want to have a guest. And then when they introduced me to you, I was like, man, this is the white guy for the job. You know what I mean? So,
right.
So since you come to the show, so tell us a little bit about you. So how you, where you from?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I was born and raised there. I moved to Shreveport when I was 12 years old, started middle school, going into high school in Shreveport, graduated from high school, went to college in Natchitoches, Louisiana. The name of the school is Northwestern State University, so that's my alma mater. I love that, love that school, love that city. It made me become a man because
Shreveport is cool. I've been there. It's a dope city.
Yeah, Shreveport it actually is one of the third largest cities in Louisiana.
I'm aware.
And it's Ratchet, you know.
No, I like it, but I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna even call it Ratchet. I'm just gonna call it Louisiana.
It's definitely the Ratchet capital of Louisiana. But I love it, man. The people there, the culture, everybody is really, just loving of each other. I think that's why it's so much passion. When you have so many things that go on, you have a lot of passion in that city, which is what I developed, growing up there, as a young teen. You develop passion about what you believe in, the things that you enjoy, and you also have a passion about what you don't like.
Yeah.
They're very opinionated up there.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they think you stink, they think you smell bad, or you don't look good, they'll tell you.
That's legit.
It's Ratchet.
That helps you grow up as a man to where you're aware of what's going on.
You can't have feelings there. You can't. If you wear them on your sleeve, they will cut them off.
Yeah, but that's what it's supposed to be. I'm thinking.
They're straightforward. They're straightforward. So I love the city. And then, I moved to Lake Charles in 2016 with my professional career in banking. And then from there, I was a business banker, and I was always doing the thing of helping other people start their business.
Okay.
And so by default, I said to myself one day, I love helping people start their business, which I still do.
Yeah.
But I'm giving them all the advice, all the tips and tricks on how to stay in business, how to be profitable. I said, well, dang, why can't I do this for myself?
Yeah.
If I tell you how to swim and then I don't go swim, I look like an idiot.
Pretty much.
If I don't get in the water to get wet, it's like, hey,
that's pretty much
you can't teach somebody how to swim without getting in the water, right? So I started biking through the lake in 2020, right? During COVID, the idea came about in March of 2020. I spoke to one of my other friends who has a similar business in Shreveport. Mm-hmm. I questioned him about, the startup and what he did. And I started, and, the idea, start marketing in March, April, May. And then, come July, we were promoting, getting ready for our first event. Well, August comes and we know about the hurricane.
Okay.
So we didn't get a chance to start in the summer of 2020 because of the hurricane that hit, Hurricane Laura. So my first actual bike ride for the business was in Shreveport. In Shreveport, Louisiana. It was in November of 2020. We did a benefit ride that we collected non-perishable items, money, water, canned goods, stuff like that. We did a ride in Shreveport to help with the relief efforts in Lake Charles.
Yeah.
And so that was nostalgic for me because being in my home city, being able to bring back supplies to my new home city was just amazing, man. So we enjoyed it, man. It was fun. You know,
I gotta ask you this: where does the name the Bike Man came from? You know what's interesting? I've talked to a lot of people about you, and I told them your name, and they were like, "What? Who the hell is this?" And then once I said the Bike Man, they're like, "Oh yeah, we know that guy." So where does the name the Bike Man came from?
So the name Bike Man comes from people just saying it. You know, on social media, people, you know, they know my name. You know, there are some version of my name, Donnie or Mr. Glenn or the bank guy or whatever. But it's so easy, and in American culture, the easiest thing they can do is give you a nickname.
I'm aware.
When they give you a nickname, they love you.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
You know?
And interestingly enough, when I was looking into the casino, they used to, some people used to just call me the Haitian sensation. And to me, it was just weird. But it's kind of like when they give you a nickname, it's just them trying to remember who you are.
Yeah, it's acceptance. You know, and not being from here, being able to pick up a nickname was really cool because that means they accepted me. They appreciate what I do for the city, and you know they really admired, you know, my efforts and everything as far as in the entertainment industry of helping them, you know, stay active and, you know, just being involved and having fun, you know. So
let me ask you this: from all the nicknames they give you, the bike man, the DJ, the banker, which one you like the most?
I like the bike man. The bike man,
Man, I agree.
the bike man is cool.
I agree 100% because what you do, the Bike Man, and I got a chance to see what you do to social media, and I gotta admit, it's like one of the coolest thing ever because it seems like everybody that engaged within that event seems like they're having fun.
They have fun. They have fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know,
It seems like they were having fun. So therefore, get it from me, you get like one of the coolest business out there I've ever seen.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It is true because it's just like you gotta the last one we look at. You know, you got a bunch of nurses.
Yeah.
And then there was in there, and everybody having a good time. Music is playing. I mean, they dancing. Man, life is great.
Life is great. And so, you know, the cool thing about everything that I have involved into at this point, yeah, obviously I started out as a banker, and then from there started my own business with bikes. The bikes really were just an afterthought of what I didn't want to stay in the house during COVID.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to start a business. I already had a business where I would do speed and agility with track and field athletes and football and soccer and baseball athletes. I would train them to help them get their speed and agility better. So I had that, you know, as a coach.
Yeah.
I coached my son. My son is in his senior year in high school. You know, my daughter ran track as well. So I would, you know, help them with just tricks on how to become faster and maintain, you know, top speed.
Yeah.
But with the biking company, everything that I have now has evolved from that. Taking the bike rides to where it's a party on wheels, right?
Yeah.
Now I have to not only maintenance the bikes, right?
Yeah.
I have to be the host. I have to be the DJ, the MC, you know, and the babysitter because they get drunk.
Yeah.
You know, they get drunk on the bikes,
Yeah.
you know. And so everything that I have now, and then when they come to my shows, the karaoke shows or a party that I host, they're like, I didn't know you could DJ. I said, well, you've been to a bike ride? Yeah. I said, who you think control the music? Who you think on the mic?
Exactly.
I said, I was DJing. I've been doing it for 4 years. You just didn't know that I was perfecting my craft. You know, and so now, you know, from the karaoke show is just karaoke, started on the bike ride. You know, I said I wanted to, and I always wanted to make it different because if you just say, let's go ride bikes, it's like, okay, we'll go ride bikes. I don't want to do that, but whatever. But when you give it a theme, like a Ratchet ride, which is my most popular ride. When I say is going to do Ratchet, they come in droves. And they get on their bikes and they sit and look and wait for somebody to be Ratchet, you know? So,
welcome to Louisiana.
Welcome to Louisiana. But, you know, I had this idea over the summer 2 years ago. I said, you know what? Everybody's always thinking they're Ratchet. Let's do a Ratchet ride, but let's change it and make it a Ratchet karaoke ride. So They sing all their Boosie and Webby songs.
okay.
I have a wireless mic that I pass around on the bike ride, and I just make it fun. So they have this one song that's very popular out here, and I bet everybody $100 that they can't sing that song word for word while riding a bike. To this day, not one person has been able to rap that song
somebody's
word
right
for
now.
word.
I hope somebody's watching this and is like, man, I'm gonna top that off.
I gotta give you credit, Mr. Donnie Glenn. You're a genius.
Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
that's-
No,
I
you are a
appreciate it.
genius.
It's
Like
just being
you are a
creative,
genius.
you know?
Because the thing is, like the word genius is, to my opinion, is the guy that thought of something nobody never thought of. Because a bike ride. You know what's interesting? I'm gonna tell you when I realized how big you were. Is the fact that when I was talking to people that I know about, and I was telling them, hey, I got a guest coming up, and I gave them your name. They're like, who? And I'm like, the bike man. He got those bike with lights. Everybody knew who you were.
Everybody
Yeah,
knew.
and that's
And that
good.
was just crazy. That means you're a genius within your own right.
Thank you.
That
I
was
appreciate
amazing.
it. I
That was.
appreciate
But let me ask you this though. Out of the whole business thing, out of meeting drunk people, dancing and riding and what's your favorite part of the job? Like the favorite part of seeing people having fun.
The favorite part, man, is when people, and this is crazy, whenever we're setting up and, I'm doing the bikes and everything, and just seeing their reaction before we even start a bike ride. I say, I know we're going to have fun. You're going to drink. You're going to turn up. But let's pray before we do a bike ride. And their reaction is like, wow. That it changes their whole mindset of how they look at me.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy runs a business. We get ratchet. They curse. They drink. They smoke, whatever. But he always prays over us for safety. I pray for everybody who has a birthday and everything. And they're like, wow. They get, it takes a load off of them. They get more comfortable and more relaxed. And they're just like, I'm in the right place. They know. So that right there, me being able to pray for people before the bike ride is the best part.
So let me ask you this. So from doing the biking, so what was like something that happened that you felt like that was like remarkable in a sense?
Which story you wanted to go with? Which story?
The craziest one. The craziest one.
tell me a
What's one
story.
here?
I know you're dealing with people, so tell me it was the craziest story, something that was like, damn, that was like some
All right.
shit.
I'll give you the best one. The
Okay.
best one was the very first karaoke bike ride, right?
Okay.
We rode around through the Civic Center. I don't care. They can't get me in trouble because it happened. They can't do nothing. We rode around the Civic Center, and if you know where the Civic Center is by the
By the
lakefront,
water, the lake, and everything.
you know
I'm aware.
that pond that has the geese in it. It's a
Yeah,
statue
yeah,
of the
yeah,
geese.
I know
I know
exactly
what
what you're talking about.
They were so hot. It was a summer night. They took off most of their clothes. Most of their clothes.
Most. What do you mean by most? Be in details.
And they got,
Let's leave it at
use your
that.
imagination.
Hey, Joe, use
And
your-
they got in the fountain on the bike ride.
What?
We stayed there for about an hour. They was just in the fountain.
Man,
They
this
were
is-
twerking. They were dancing. They had fun.
And that's
Shoes
This
off.
is
Everything.
fun, bro. So tell me another. Tell me your second best story.
Let's see. So we had I have a birthday that's in July, right?
Okay.
And so I threw a birthday bike ride, and it was not a normal birthday bike ride. I actually hired a pyrotechnician to come and do fireworks. So my birthday is July 24th.
Yeah.
July 4th is 20 days away, right?
Yeah.
20 days prior. We literally shut down all of I-10 by the bridge, by the beach.
Yeah.
I started the bike ride from the beach. And we shut down I-10 for 10 minutes. People pulled over. They didn't know if it was a concert going on. All they saw were bikes. It was 80 bikes.
Oh my God.
That's a
Because
lot.
people brought bikes, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was 80 bikes, fireworks going off. They can hear the music. I'm all under the fireworks like I'm performing at
Yeah.
WCW or something. And that Monday, they called me. The city called me and said, hey, did you have a bike ride Saturday night? I said, yeah, it was my 40th birthday. It's like, do you know you shut down all of I-10? And people were calling the city and saying, hey, what concert did y'all have going on at the beach? And I was like, wow. So I'm thinking I get a big fine. You know what they told me? They said, we love what you do. Next time, just get a permit.
Man, I think we should make it.
And that's why I give you credit as a
You should make it a
genius.
thing.
'Cause
I
that
mean,
is
you
a
should make it.
genius.
If you can shut down I-10.
It
that
was
means
crazy.
your thing is big enough. That's why I call you like a genius to an extent. Because like in my mind, as an entrepreneur myself, that would be the last thing I thought about.
Yeah.
And then yet here you are doing it and then doing it so great to where you can shut down I-10.
Yeah, literally cars were pulling over to the side when they saw the fireworks. I'll show you the video. They pulled over and they were like, okay, what's going on at the lakefront? Because normally you don't see too much going on at the lakefront because it's just, now that we have some new things coming, well, that's going to change. But back, 2 years ago, you didn't see nothing. It's a beach, it's dark. Or
why you don't make it a thing? Why it should be a thing. I mean,
it should be a thing.
And
the bikeman's birthday, everybody to show up.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, the city call you. What else you need?
I
mean, shit.
They called me and they weren't mad. They just said, "Hey, look."
That's what I'm saying. They wanted like.
I said, "So I can get fireworks when I want, just for $100 permit." Perfect.
That's the thing.
And like I said when we introduced you, jack of all trades. Out of all those things, I'm sure the answer to that question I'm gonna ask is being the bike man. Mm-hmm. But what piqued your interest out of having so many businesses, so many different things going?
Well, early in my career, being in the banking industry, being in financial services and things of that nature, I was always, reading and learning and developing more as a person. And I always found quotes that said, hey, diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
Right? So my portfolio, if my investments and my retirement are diversified, the ability to earn money to contribute to those things need to be diversified.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I knew then, if you just are complacent with just having one type of business, one stream of income, the chances of you making your goals and your dreams are very minuscule.
Slim to none.
So having a bike business, having a videography and photography business, having a speed and agility training business, right? Having a karaoke show that pretty much is a business, right?
Yes.
Having a network marketing business as well, which is BME. I never even talk about that, but that's business, money, and empowerment that I started in 2020 as well. All those things, I'm like, these are 5 different ways that I can generate income. And I have 4 kids, so legacy start kicking in, and I say, if my kids don't do nothing else, at least they have a choice of a business that they can take over if something happens to me.
I agree,
and then be a model so they can see the dad did it, and then
absolutely,
why not? In the banking, commercial lending. So for people that don't know what that is, can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
So commercial lending is basically somebody that is a business owner, small business owner, large business owner, whatever the case is. They basically can come in to a bank or a lending institution and inquire about using either collateral, whether it be money or property, land, anything of that nature, to use it as leverage to be able to borrow money against that to be able to purchase any type of property, start a business, things of that nature. So I've been doing that. I've been in the banking and financial industry since 2006.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I feel old, but I'm young, But I started when I was, in my early 20s, And so commercial lending is something I have a huge passion for because, my uncle was in banking in California. He actually worked for the Bank of Hollywood out there. So I would go spend summers with him. He banked all the celebrities, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson. He banked all those celebrities. And I'm like, man, I want to be like that. That's when I knew I wanted to have a professional career. I didn't want to be, anything else but in banking and finance, And so being able to grow up in banking, I knew right then early, if you want to make money, you need to be around money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
You have to learn. You have to learn it.
Yeah.
And so commercial lending is something that I was able to be blessed with. Walking into that role in 2019, I was, in financial services, personal banker, things of that nature. But in 2019, I had the opportunity to become assistant vice president of a bank here that started up in Lake Charles. And from there, my, career.
So let's say, for instance, somebody like me, they say, okay, you know what, man? I'm looking for somebody like you. How somebody can get in contact with you?
Basically, if you're watching this, you contact me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, DG_prolific, right?
Yeah.
Donnie Glenn. But, they'll have all my information. But you just contact me. You let me know what it is that you're interested in. If I can't help you, I know somewhere that can help you, because I have certain lending restrictions and requirements that people need to be able to qualify. But I don't just turn people around, because I know I have a lot of friends. I have a huge network in this industry that if you say, hey, well, I want to start up a daycare, or I want to start a gym, you know, we can work on getting you
That's legit,
to the right
man.
place.
I got a question for you, and I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
No,
Because you lived in many cities.
Yeah.
L.A. as a kid, Shreveport as a young man, and Lake Charles as a grown man, as an adult. Give me a part that's like the best of each cities.
So Los Angeles is a city of angels, right? Grew up there. That's home. That's born and raised. The best aspect of that city is the diversity of the people and the culture.
You're right. I've been there.
You know,
It's true.
the diversity and the people of the culture. You get exposed to, you know,
Everything.
The neighborhood I grew up in. I had an Ethiopian friend. I had a Hispanic. I had an Asian. You know, I had Belize. You know, people from Belize. So it was just I was exposed early to just different walks of life, right? Growing up in the South, I was exposed to hospitality.
Yeah.
You know, when I moved to Shreveport, everybody was, hey, how you doing? You know, everybody knew everybody.
Yeah,
you
go
know,
to New York is a different story.
You know, you didn't meet a stranger. You go in the grocery store, your neck would hurt from nodding and waving at everybody. you did it, right?
That's different here. Yeah.
So you take Los Angeles being you know, exposed to the diversity, then you take the South being exposed to hospitality. Now you marry that. Now you have the principles of how not only to treat people who are not like you, right? Treat them with the respect, but you're able to be aware that other people have different beliefs, have different cultures other than you are. So you're not shaken by somebody saying, hey, well, I don't celebrate this holiday. And that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Different opinions.
Yeah. So, and then when I moved to Lake Charles, it was just the women out here, man. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
You're right.
My kid's mom is from here, man. So,
Yeah.
the beauty, I can say this, I learned this in college. I didn't know about South Louisiana until I went to college. I-10 stretching from New Orleans to Houston, probably, and this is, you can quote me on this. We can fact check it. From New Orleans to Houston on I-10, probably some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Hey,
Donnie,
I back you up 100% on that.
Danny, I know what Danny's trying to do.
No. It's not what he's trying to do.
I'm just saying, I know.
It's the
But
truth.
anybody's in Lake Charles, from New Orleans to Houston, any woman that's watching, this is the man. He's just
That's the man, but no, he's not lying. But that is true.
You know?
That is the truth. Because the southern like hospitality is like it's different. Like when you meet a person that is just beautiful and just willing to talk to you, it's just different. Because sometimes I remember like me being here, and then you see somebody to where you think to yourself, okay, that person is so beautiful to where she's out of my league, but yet she takes the time to check up on you to make sure you're okay and have like a basic conversation with you. And then that's like 1 in a million. If you've been up north, because I've been to New York many times, they don't care. No. They just walk by you. They'll bump their shoulders. They don't care what you got going on.
But those cities kind of like, they so busy sometimes. And then so many people come from so many places. Because when you come here, like, you know, Louisiana or Lake Charles, they don't have that many outsiders in the sense, like, it's a sense of community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you got places where they got, like, different people from different places, that's where you got people that really, like, don't care in the sense.
That's right.
But Louisiana, because when I got here, the level of things people do, like, it's impressive.
It is.
Like, to me, like, I got I remember we got, my car got breakdown, right? So my car got breakdown. And then, so we didn't know what to do. So we went to the gas station. So he was late. And we were trying to, I think we had a flat tire to be. And then the lady was like, hey, take my car keys. Me and him, remember? We're looking at each other like, what? I mean,
take your car keys.
I don't even know that lady. She said, yeah, go get my car keys. And they got this place right there. Bring your tires and they will fix it. And you come in. And that blows my mind. I mean, this is crazy.
It's serious.
This is
hospitality.
Awesome. Yes.
Hospitality. And I think with the women here, because you have a lot of mixed cultures here that make one from the Cajun Creole,
Yes.
you know, to just Cajun itself, and just the French and Indian. You know, you have a huge pool of those, you know, those backgrounds and nationalities that mix, and they make. I'm telling you, if you're on vacation and you want to see some beautiful women, come anywhere between New Orleans and Houston, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them, and they're gonna give you a chance. It's on you.
And that's the beauty. And that's the beauty about it. That's the beauty about it, though. Because the thing is, like, whenever you've been to LA, like one of those big cities, it's kind of like, to my opinion, even though I've spent like a week or two over there, I never lived over there. You see those beautiful women. It's kind of like they don't give you the time of day.
That's right.
Type of thing. And then when you come to down here in the South, Louisiana to be exact, you see some person that look like a model.
No, seriously.
And then that person just took the time to, hey, how you doing? Check on you. And I don't want to give no names. And then, I went to high school out here, LaGrange. And there was this girl, which I won't say her name. Keep in mind, I'm from Haiti, don't speak a lick of English. The girl checked on me on a daily basis. And I'm talking about like model-like.
Wow.
That's how beautiful she was.
That's crazy.
Checked on me on a daily basis. And then to an extent, I'm like, I can't even talk to that girl. So therefore, I can't even try to ask her for a date.
Yeah.
And yet she takes the time to check on me on a daily basis.
It's magic. It's magic.
And that's the beauty of the South. And I don't think, unless you come down, let me look at my camera. Unless you come down here, you won't get a chance to experience that. You will see women that look like models.
Yeah.
People, to an extent, you perhaps look at them and be like, okay, that's out of my league. And yet they take the time to have like a basic conversation with you for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
They will
that's
entertain
awesome.
you. And then that is the South for you.
Yeah, that's it. Now it's up to you to keep their attention. They'll give you an interest. But it's up to you to keep their attention.
Oh,
you know?
I mean, that's all you need, though.
Yeah,
you know?
that's all.
that is all
Need a
you
little,
need.
little window. That's it, right? So I love it.
So let's go back. Let me ask you this. You say like the karaoke. I've been asking because I never really asked. So what is like? I know not through the biking, just by itself.
Yeah.
How you do the karaoke?
Karaoke. So karaoke is a show I created last year called It's Just Karaoke, and I just picked, random people who I wasn't worried about if they could sing or if they could dance or anything like that. I just wanted to have entertainment out there. And we did our first show at Juicy's Lounge, in Lake Charles on 3rd Avenue. If you visit Lake Charles, you have to visit Juicy's Lounge. It's got an outdoor patio, have hookah, have drink specials. It is the essence. It's the heartbeat of Lake Charles, in my opinion. And so we did our first show there. Now, let me tell you how crazy the karaoke show went. We had, I think, 5 or 6 performers. Everybody killed it, right? Everybody did an amazing job. One guy sang a Webby song. One girl did a Monica song. And just one girl did Beyonce. She changed her whole name to Beyonce. Like they got into character mode, right? Then my 2 best friends, Damian and Ja'Cory Washington, Damian Tanner and Ja'Cory Washington, they wanted to do a Zydeco song, right? Now, you think karaoke, you think they're going to sing a Usher song or, maybe Michael Jackson or something like that, right? They sang a Zydeco song, but it wasn't just a regular Zydeco song. They did, what the scissor lift, the people...
Yeah.
So the Juicy's patio has a stage, right? And it's like a 9-foot, 10-foot, wall behind it. So... they started the song, we had smoke, we had lights, we had all this and that, right? They raised up from behind the stage like they were in a concert, like a Drake concert, and they had the scrub board and the accordion, and they were playing on the platform. And when I say it went viral, it went crazy, people were like, this is not karaoke. And I kept saying, it's just karaoke.
It's just karaoke.
Just karaoke.
You're right.
But
You're right.
That right there, their performance along with everybody else, it gave it such, such a purpose to where people now, they're like, I don't want to miss a karaoke show because I don't know what will happen. you know, and every show after that, we've been chasing that high, you know, and I hate to use this analogy, but I know about it, not personally, but I just know about it from it. But it's just like the first time you use any type of drug or substance, you get a high, you get a rush, and every time after that, you're chasing that same feeling, but you never get it. You just after it, you know. I hate to use that analogy. Kids don't do drugs, right? No.
But definitely.
But it's the feeling of like I'm after something that I want to capture. You know, it's like trying to capture lightning in a bottle. You
Absolutely.
know.
Okay, so but the karaoke is it happening at just one place, or you
Like
moving
one
around?
place every Thursday? How does it go? Like let the people know if they want to get in touch with that lightning stuff, how to get in touch with you, or perhaps how does it go?
So, you know, one of the things, and I'll take it back to as a business banker, one of the things I always prided myself on was being able to bring a crowd to every business in the city to help, you know, keep the money going around, you know, circulate the dollar. So I've done them at Juicy's, I've done them at Overtime Billards, I've hosted them at this place called M-Bar, you know, all over the city. So now I was able to secure a contract now for the next 3 months that 2 Saturday nights out of the month and 1 Sunday morning, we're going to have me hosting It's Just Karaoke at this place called Lake Area Adventures, which is the south of town. It's a big, I think it's like 12,000 square feet building. It's just huge. The whole city can fit in there, literally. So we'll do that 2 Saturdays. So it'll be every other Saturday. We have our first one this coming up May 11th, and then after that we'll go on the 25th and things of that nature. So it'll be every other Saturday and every month for the summer months.
So who can access? Kids, anybody?
No, it's adults only, 21 and up. It starts at night. It's Saturday nights. You know, it starts at 10 p.m. and we're out of there by 12:30, 1 o'clock. You know, but it's just for adult night at it's called Adventure Hype Karaoke. So it's great. We have a live band, you know, but so anybody can sign up to sing, dance, perform, do whatever you want. Just can't do no magic tricks. Sorry. We don't want to see no rabbits out of the hat, right? But it's great, man. You know, the karaoke show is something that is popular worldwide. You have people all over the world that sing karaoke, you know, and you roll with it. You know, and it's a fun thing, keeps everybody interactive, you know. So I love it, man.
Man, I got a question for you, the Bike Man. Man, that is an interesting name. So therefore, from what you've been telling us so far, it sounds like you like if people want to have a good time, you're the man they got to reach out to or whatever. So therefore, what attracted you to that life?
You know, I can say this. What attracted me to that life was I'm always a extrovert person. Like I'm always out around people. I love people. I love just singing, dancing, having fun, right? And I just don't ever want to be bored.
Okay.
You know, and so I'm always moving. People, I have literally messages in my phone now. People ask me, they say, hey, when are you going to start selling what you're taking? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, you have to be on some kind of vitamin, some kind of supplement or something because you are literally everywhere every day. And I said, well, I mean, I don't drink heavy, first of all, but I'm always excited about something. I don't know what it is. I just am excited. I don't take drugs. I don't drink heavy or nothing like that. But when most people go out, they get hammered, and they take them days to recover. I can go out, drink a Shirley Temple at the bar, you know, Sprite and cherry mix, and wake up and be good the next day and still be able to go, you know. So I love it, man. I really, really enjoy entertaining people.
So from what I've heard from you so far, it's kind of like you kind of the guy, if people want to have a good time, no drug related, even if it doesn't have to be alcohol related to an extent, to where it's kind of like if people want to have a good time, somebody that hosts like a karaoke, because who doesn't have fun singing at karaoke?
That's right.
So therefore, if people want to actually have like a great time in Louisiana, you're the man to reach out to.
They got to. They got to come to see me.
So let's say if I wanted to throw a party, and I say, man, I would like to have it to be karaoke. So you do parties for people?
Like, do you
to-
host party as well,
absolutely.
to where you the host of the party, you're the
Absolutely.
one that bring the energy people need to have a great time.
Absolutely. You know, I host, I MC, I DJ, I do all that. And if people, when they book with me, they say, "Hey, I want you to host my party." I tell them, "Okay, there's a tier. What do you want? Do you want me to just MC, meaning just on the mic and interject with people and engage with people, or do you want me to DJ and host? You know, because there's a tier."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, I want it all." Because if you can get all in one, you might as well. Some people have their preferences with DJ or whatever the case is. And I said, that's perfectly fine. But allow me to be me.
Okay.
I am a different type of MC. I'm a different type of host. I'm never one that just sits back and lets people to just be at a party, listen to music, and just looking
Bobbing their
around.
head,
Yeah.
No, I'm like, come on, let's get up, let's dance. Come
Yeah.
do it. Come show me how you do that, and let's do it. You know, I get people on the dance floor, and one of my good friends, his name is Joe. He's from Jamaica. He's the same way. He's energetic. He's just like, rush it, let's run. You know, just run it, just all intense.
Interact with people, make it fun.
You know, it's a synergy. And so even some of my other friends, they know they can't come to a party with me and we just sit there and just chill. Hey, if we're there to entertain and hype the party up and stuff, that's what we're gonna do the whole time. They're gonna tell us to leave. You know,
So like for I see you got the videography and photography. So how that goes, like how
yeah. So if they book me, I have friends that that have kids that they want pictures taken for prom or high school, graduation or weddings, things of that nature. They just call and book me. I have a different company. It's called DG Fly, Videography and Droneography, because I'm a drone pilot as well.
Okay.
And so they book me, and I give them the best quality I can give them. You know, I shoot all my videos, have a decent turnaround time frame rate with photos, videos, fully edit. And one of the things that I do that's different that I found out that a lot of other people don't do, if I take a shot or a video of you, if it don't make the video, you still get that shot.
Oh,
You know,
okay, yeah,
so
yeah,
you get
yeah.
all your B-roll. I call it all your B-roll from the weddings, things like that. I have a whole album that I share the album with you. You have all your outtakes, your bloopers or whatever the case. So you have all that, because sometimes you may want to go back. Your aunt may pass or something may happen, and you still have that fond memory, even though it didn't make the main video. You still have that interaction.
And that's legit.
So that's one of the things I try to just be different.
I mean, talking to you right now, there's a lot of you a different man.
Yeah.
Literally.
There's
Lot of
like
layers.
a lot of layers.
Lot of
to
layers,
it.
lot of layers.
There's a lot of layers to it. But I gotta ask you this though. You've been in Lake Charles since 2016 or whatever. So would you call Lake Charles home?
Lake Charles is definitely home.
You relate to the Southern hospitality and everything we got going on?
I love it, man. I don't see me moving anywhere other than where I'm at. I'm going to stay here. The city has accepted me. They really support, and my kids are here. My kids are growing up here. This is what they know as home. My oldest kids, they were born in Natchitoches and Shreveport, but they, middle school, elementary, high school is all done here. So this is home. This will be home for me, So I love Lake Charles. I love everything about it. The people here, everything, the friends that I've met are just lifelong friends, So now I have friends and family all over, but here it's different. It's special, because of this is where I have evolved into who I am now. So it's here. My flag is planted.
Hey, man, claim this place.
Yeah, it's mine. People always ask me, they say, man, how are you not from here and you come here and take over? I said, well, first of all, I'm not taking over. Not taking over. But I said, this is just as much as my city as it is yours, because my kids go to school here. My youngest daughter was born here. I started all my businesses here. So I live here. This is my city. I am a resident.
Yeah.
So it's home.
I mean, I've been in Lake Charles like 14 years. So
Since 2010, give or take.
Oh yeah, so y'all,
this is
y'all
my
older than me.
city too. Yeah, this is
Because you know the beauty of the South. I don't think people that lives in the South or perhaps grew there never realized. And me personally, I like to travel. And like I came from Haiti, of course, and I came here and I lived in Lake Charles for 14 years, like you said. And it's kind of like wherever you go out in the world, you get to see the speciality in Lake Charles. You get to see what makes Lake Charles so unique.
That's right.
And then for people that never travel, you might just compare Lake Charles to New York and be like, oh my God, Lake Charles not New York. You know, I have tall buildings and everything and then like in between. But whenever you go there and then you get to see what makes New York what it is, LA what it is, Europe what it is. But whenever you come back to Lake Charles, you realize that Lake Charles offers something that is perhaps unique.
That's right.
The world doesn't have what Lake Charles have.
That's right.
Like it doesn't matter how big the name of the city is, how huge they are, how they got like superstars that goes there. But there's something that Lake Charles offer that the rest of the world doesn't have to offer. And I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah, even though like for me, like, you know, being here, so I see a lot of people that's from here that's just, they can't wait to get away.
leave.
To get away from it. So they say like, man, why, like, they always ask me. So from all the people, because when I came to New York, then went to Miami. They said, man, why Lake Charles? I said, shit. I mean, that's the place that offered me a job for, you know.
Yeah.
You know, let's start it with that.
Yeah.
And then I never left after this. But
That's right.
Lake Charles changed my life. I said, I know it's because I'm too black. Other than that, I would have Lake Charles tattoo in my body because I love it that much. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
right.
I don't see myself, like, if I want to go to a different place, I can always travel to New York. I always travel to wherever, you know. But I always call Lake Charles home.
Lake Charles is home. There's
you know
no
what I'm
doubt
saying?
about
It's
it.
just not like super busy, and I'm comfortable.
That's right.
And I love Lake Charles. You know, even though a lot of people he always trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
But I can understand because, you know, that's where you grew up. It's just that's the only thing you see, and people always want to experience different things. But I come to love this place. So
Yeah.
And we got to touch upon another thing.
Sure.
You're the bike man in Lake Charles, so therefore everybody knows that. And then you said something that says if you want to go on I-10 between New Orleans all the way to Houston, if you want to see the most beautiful and most approachable women in the world, they live in Louisiana. I touched up on that on your own experience because like I touched on mine in high school.
Yeah.
Like what makes you think so?
So my kid's mom is from here. So I met her in college, and I'll tell you the funny story how I met her. I'm sure that she's gonna laugh. We were in college at Northwestern, and my best friend, he lives in D.C. He's been a nurse for the White House. He was actually the nurse for the Obamas and for the first term of the Trump's family. So he was real good guy, my dude. I was in his dorm room. She walks by, right? And you'll know this. And the hair in South Louisiana, they can do multiple things, right? And it'd be natural.
Yeah.
You know, so she walked by, her hair was curly. Good curls, short, you know. And I was like, man, who is that? He was like, oh, that's such and such. And I was like, I like her. Like, just like a kid, like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I like her.
I know
right?
what you mean.
And he's like, you do? I was like, yeah, man, that girl is gorgeous. So I call to the dorm and I said, hey, tell her to come down. Because he was a resident assistant. He was an RA for that dorm. I said, hey, tell her to come down. I'm coming to the dorm to meet her. It was the next night. And so he calls her down, said, hey, you got a guest down here at the front desk. And so she comes down, her hair is straight. So I didn't recognize her. So I'm like, man, where the girl at? And he was like, man, she right there. I said, it's not the same damn girl. He's like, it is. I said, you sure? And I said, so you the young lady? And I said, you had on the orange shorts, the white T-shirt, you were coming in. She was like, that's me. And I said, oh, yeah. So we started talking, and ever since then, man, you know, we had our kids there, we got married and everything. But that experience, you know, that's what threw me for a loop. The versatility of their beauty, you know. Like, I'm talking like just natural beauty. Complexion is just flawless. And I'm like, what? And you know what's crazy about them? They're still, they can be just perfectly flawless in our eyes and they're never like, oh, I don't know, I don't.
They don't. And then to my experience, that's why I kind of don't want to throw no name because it would be embarrassing. Because I'm gonna tell you what, because that girl that I think of, she was so nice to me. I know her first and last name till this day, and I don't even think she would ever see me and recognize me till this day. But she was so nice to me, and I'm thinking to myself, a girl that has that level of beauty. She noticed the guy that can't even speak English. She took the time, and I'm gonna tell you how nice she was. Every day, she used to just wait for me by the door, and look at my schedule and tell me what class I gotta go to.
Oh man!
And I look at that girl, I'm like, that girl is beautiful enough to be a model.
Yeah.
When the hell she entertained a guy that can't even speak English? And then that is as I grew up and realized that is the Southern hospitality.
That's right.
That nowhere else in the world can replicate, even if they try.
They have it, they will give you the shirt off the back.
Oh yeah, they for sure would, but you do.
So I got a question for you. So for somebody, let's say as a kid, leaving high school, ready to go to college, and what advice you would have to have for him right now? Like say, hey, if I was in that position, from the experience that you have now, for the things that you know now, what would you say?
My advice would be being somebody who, went to college. I went to college away from home. I wasn't far away, but I was an hour away, so it was still fine. I would say enjoy not only your high school years, but college. Meet as many people as you can, right? Meet people, understand where they're from, get adapted to their cultures and their beliefs and things of that nature, and diversify your friendship. When you diversify your friendship, now you're making lifelong friends. You're able to say, hey, I know somebody that is from here, that is from there, whatever the case is, and you never know where that may lead you. I have friends now that I met in college that are all over the world that I can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, can you help me with this? And because we spent time together in college, I respected them, they respected me. We laughed together, we broke bread together, we had fun, we got drunk, these are lifelong friends, and that matters. So I that's why I tell people all the time here in Lake Charles, they're like, I don't really want to go out. I said, man, you have to go out and experience life as meeting people. I said, this is a planet full of 7 billion people. You need to know some of them. Well, I don't like people. Well, I don't know what other people you're going to come in contact with, because the alien's not going to just come and say,
Man, I agree. And you know what exposed it? Like, whenever I travel, I'm at the airport, especially if you travel to one of those busy airports, whether it's LA or Atlanta or perhaps New York. You see all type of crazy different people that dress differently. I remember one time I saw this man, looked like he was about 70 or 80 years old. That's how old he was. Man had he was tatted up, earrings and everything. The man was acting like he was in his 20s, and he sat right next to me, and we had like a dope conversation ever. And that's when I realized this world got so much to offer unless you go out there and experience it yourself. To like a simple conversation, you won't be able to enjoy life to the fullest. Because if you stick to what you know with the people you know, your best friend, your work, your job, you got so much you're missing out on. So therefore, whenever you expose yourself to all that extent, that's when you get to truly fully see it.
I agree. You don't. I'm not one, and I teach my kids this: never to stay boxed in. You never want to stay just confined to your own surroundings. Get out, explore, meet people. Research other things. I have a friend. I'm gonna show y'all the video. He travels and he's a filmmaker, producer he's from here, but he lives in California, but he travels, literally travels. I mean, he just got back from Santorini. He went to Egypt. This bracelet that he got me is from Egypt. It's just great, just all kind of stories. But the reason why he started traveling was right before his mother passed away, the last thing she told him was keep traveling. And so he has this episode that he does, that he produces, of traveling, just his travels all around the world. And I said, man, that's it just made me want to do more, because I meet people, but I feel like I need to go other places and meet and interact with other people all over the world. Because like you said, this world has a lot to offer. I mean, there's so many interesting people all over the world, but if we stay confined to just our, going to the grocery store, going to church, and going back home, you don't get a chance to experience those things in life.
Yeah, me personally, I didn't like to travel. Like, I mean, I guess because I couldn't afford.
I talked him into traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I started doing it, because I met somebody that got me into it, and I talked him into it. And I was telling him, like, dude, like when you travel, it's kind of like you feel like you leave Earth and go to another planet.
Yeah,
and he finally got into it. But
and now it's just I love to travel. You know what I mean? Like I not too long ago, like 2 months ago, I went to Chile, and it was the best experience. I mean,
I
like
can imagine.
the people was nice. I mean, I went to the club. Everybody was, even though like they don't know me. I was speaking English. Everybody was like trying to put the English together. I mean, I speak a little Spanish. I'm speaking Spanish with them, but they was like open, telling me what to eat, it was kind of like awesome. Like when you start meeting different people, and you realize, man, it's just like we were saying, they got so much to offer, and you see different culture, different things, and it's awesome. Traveling, I think that's something I would love to do like a lot, like 4 times a year, 5 times a year, meeting people, just like bringing the cameras and see like how people react.
Yeah.
I went to the restaurant, people, and I was filming the whole thing, and it was a good time.
And as an entrepreneur, like me and him, we kind of touched up on a lot of things. But as yourself, clearly you've done it like on a bigger stage. We gotta ask you, what's your best thing about being an entrepreneur? Like to an extent, being your own boss.
Being my own boss, it's a gift and a curse. I will be honest with you. It's a gift and a curse. You have your days where you're like, I don't feel like doing nothing. But you have to realize other people are relying on you. So you still are employed in a certain aspect because, especially if you provide a service to people. But the best part of it is being able to control your own check, right? Being able to say, this is what I'm worth. Are you willing to pay me what I'm worth for this service or this trade-off, right? So being able to say that, it's a feeling of just I don't want to say the word power, but just you feel established. You have prestige about yourself to say, hey, they're willing to pay me for my services or I'm doing something for myself. You're not worried about is somebody else going to be satisfied with my performance. I'm not worried about the product, but my performance on the job, having a boss that micromanages you and says, hey, well, I don't like the way you cut these edges over here, so you got to do that all over again. You don't have that. So being an entrepreneur, being able to control your own schedule, control the amount of money that you make, that right there. And the most important thing is the freedom that you have.
Yes.
The freedom that you have to say, you know what? I don't have to do nothing today. I don't want to. I can go spend time with my kids, with my girlfriend, my wife, whatever the case is. I tell people all the time, it'll at least twice a month, I'll go check my kids out of school and say, come on, it's 11 o'clock. Let's go to the movies. And they go in, and my kids, my 2 youngest, they're funny because they like to go sit in every single seat in the movie theater while the movie's going on because nobody is there, And I always thought, I said, man, what kind of impact is that where you give your child the options that I didn't have,
Yes.
You go to a movie, you're like, it's just something as far as a movie, but there's 30 other people around you and all over the place, right? But when you go in there by yourself, it's like it's her. I rent the whole theater for her, And I go to sleep in the movie, but she running around, babysitter for me, So the experience in life of giving your child something, having the freedom and flexibility, being your own boss, I mean, that is just powerful. You have a feeling of success and accomplishment, being able to do those things.
Well, I mean, that's well said. I mean, I don't think you could have said any better than that.
Well, hey man, we really appreciate you coming here and sharing with the world. And I'm sure, like as we said, you're like a jack of all trades. You got like so many things going on.
Swiss Army knife.
So therefore, look at your camera right here and let the world know whatever, like what can they get in touch with you if, what needs they may have and then they got to get in touch with you for?
Yeah. So Donnie Glenn, successful, gotta speak it into existence, successful entrepreneur, business owner, commercial lender, event host, DJ, videographer, photographer, basically anybody who you can think of that you may need in any form of entertainment, financial literacy, things of that nature. Give me a try.
And give them your information as far as social media.
Yeah,
how
so
they can get in touch with you.
So Facebook is my biggest platform. You know, Donnie Glenn, DonnieGlenn. That's one of the best ways to reach me. I have an Instagram, DG Prolific. I have another Instagram as well. I have two other ones, Biking Through the Lake, and It's Just Karaoke. And now on TikTok, those are all the same, Biking Through the Lake and It's Just Karaoke. So those are the best ways to reach me.
Man, I can't, to be the first interview, I mean, that's really was fun.
I'm honored.
I'm
honored.
I'm more honored because it was really a great
Like,
time.
it was a great time.
Yeah.
It was
We
a
had
great
fun.
time
Yeah.
talking to, like we got different perspective. We need to listen, like how you interact with people, how you bringing joy, how you making people happy.
That's right.
I mean, it couldn't be a better episode than the one we have, man.
I'm honored. I can't thank you guys enough for allowing me to be on your platform. But by the way, congratulations on the success so far of this. I know you guys are in the early stages, but to have so much success, you definitely need to be celebrated. So blessings to you guys for that.
Well, thank you, man. Thank
appreciate you guys for allowing me to be a part of your history that you're making and your legacy. So
Eventually, like we're gonna have to down the line get you back in here.
Oh
and
yeah,
just
absolutely, man. I'm gonna get y'all to a show, man. Get y'all to a karaoke or a bike ride or something.
And
Man.
they was like, oh man, you remember that Danny was our first guest.
Reunion show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's
All
right.
right, man. So thank you
it.
so much, bro.